And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored, a hard-on that never goes away. A supermarket in Austria has been closed after a poisonous spider was spotted that could cause a permanent erection in males. But first, a warning about those buying pills overseas. Dr. Danish Ali from Archpoint Pain Institute is here to explain and also to warn you, to give you the advice you need. And joining us here on The Factor Uncensored is Dr. Danish Ali from Archpoint Pain Institute. Dr. Ali, I know a lot of people personally, friends and many seniors, and they tend to go to Mexico and get these affordable prescription pills. But now we're hearing that many of those pills could be counterfeit, and even the country of Mexico is shutting down some of the pharmacies in tourist areas like in Cancun because they're finding some dangerous substances in those pills that cannot be confirmed by Americans who go and buy them.
That's correct, Isaiah. So I have patients of my own, even some family members who've gone overseas and bought these sorts of medications and brought them back as well. But you're right. We are seeing this. We are seeing some of these medications being brought back into this country. And what we've seen after analysis is that some of these medications may be incorrectly labeled or mislabeled in terms of what the medication is supposed to be. Or furthermore, they may be laced with other things like fentanyl and other opioids, especially pain medications, to get folks that high, to get folks to come back and keep getting those meds. You know, again, we've talked about this. These synthetic drugs are easier to make, they're cheaper, especially in foreign countries. And so what they're doing is that they're lacing it with this, and it's being sold to the public you just walk up to a pharmacy in Mexico or even anywhere overseas and you can get this very easily.
Now, to have what I would consider illicit drugs and what you think is a regular prescription or a medication, that could be deadly. That could be dangerous, especially when you're talking about fentanyl and you're talking about methamphetamine in pills that you think you're buying, other medications that your doctor told you you should get, and you think you're getting it cheaper, but you could be getting a death warrant.
That's correct, Isaiah. And so I'd be interested to see if some of those deaths that we've talked about here in this country, if some of them were actually related to medications that were brought in from overseas. Again, you know, the FDA is here in the United States, and so those medications that are being manufactured overseas are not going through the same scrutiny, same testing algorithm that that a lot of the medications here go through, Isaiah. And so that's why it is a concern. And, you know, I've cautioned my friends, family, and even my patients about this, that be very careful, especially if it's opioids or methamphetamines, Adderall, Ritalin, and any sort of pain medications, because again, they may be laced with something else that could be potentially very dangerous for you.
Now, on to this. They have shut down a supermarket in Austria because of a certain spider. Now, they're concerned that that spider could do something to men who shop in that store. Tell us about that, Dr. Ali, which is the craziness of this world.
So this is a spider that's actually very commonly found. It's rare, but it's commonly found in Brazil, in other developing countries. And recently, Austria has had this report where a spider was found in a banana at a supermarket, and that same banana had that spider that was in that area on top of that. And so that spider produces venom. That venom can cause different things to your body, and one of those being erections that are long-lasting erections. And so that was the report that we're seeing. Again, there's been no accounts of this here in the States, in the country thus far, that I'm aware of. But this was an isolated event that they discussed in Austria. And again, the spider is commonly, even though it's rare, found in overseas countries.
And people may laugh and think, oh, that's cool, a lifelong erection, but that's a nightmare.
That is a nightmare. And And I'll tell you, it causes a lot of other, this venom that's in this spider can cause a lot of other complications, including hypothermia. The whole body gets very cold. It can cause sepsis if it gets into the bloodstream and cause a big infection. And so, though it's rare, very, very rare, and again, we're hearing about this just in Austria, in that supermarket